Before we begin, thank you very much to a new patron for joining the Patreon campaign. Yes, that's the name I got in the email. I didn't just mess up my intro. For joining the Patreon campaign. Oh, okay. Dollar well spent. Congratulations. Typically when people get me to like mess around with the intro like that, they actually goof on like the formatting and it doesn't sound right. You nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. So good on you. Nice one. Nice one. That actually worked out. Okay, so it's Monday. It's News Roundup. Interesting for me, I'm not here right now. This is pre-recorded on Sunday, trying to get as much of the news in as possible rather than my usual plan of recorded on the day to make sure everything is in there. But I think we're in a safe spot for me to get this out of the way a little bit early, and I don't want to record anything the day I'm leaving for my big trip. So let's kind of go through whatever happened in the week of Transformers. Now, nothing huge, because obviously this is the week of San Diego Comic-Con. If they've got anything big to bust out, we're going to find out about it this weekend. But there's stuff that has been shown off. A lot of new toys have come out. A lot of things have been cited. So let's get started with our first look at our new deluxe mini-bot Seaspray. Weirdly enough, the first release of it looks like it's going to be in the Walmart exclusive retro toy line, where they're designed to look more like the original toys than their animated counterparts, meaning that we're seeing what is likely an alternate head for Seaspray, being much more toy accurate than the one that's silver with individual eyes from the cartoon. Also, the cartoon would have a darker shade of blue going on and obviously would not have the sticker-esque details. More important, though, is we actually get first look at yet another mini-bot that's getting upgraded to a deluxe class toy. And he does look pretty good. Like, it looks like they've got all the details correct. You know, it looks like, the very familiar G1 character. Yeah, the hovercraft mode looks good. Nothing to, no notes here. Nothing to really complain about. Like, yeah, and if I'm right, that just means the only ones who have been left out at this, aside from like retools, because we're still waiting for Outback, we're still waiting for Swerve, etc., things like that. But we still need Wind Charger, we still need Power Glide, and we know those are on the way. And then technically Wheelie would be the only one left, because if you're like me, like I see all these others coming up and like, no, that little core class is not going to cut it compared to everybody else. At this point, like, I know how people feel about Wheelie, but fair is fair. If every other mini-bot gets a really nice new deluxe, I think it's fair to throw Wheelie in there too at some point, eventually. No, but Seaspray looks really good. Seaspray looks really good. It's just weird that this is the very first way that we're seeing it. This didn't leak, like this just showed up. And yeah, it looks really, really good. Hopefully we get to see the toy version, like the one that's actually going to be in Age of the Primes. I presume in Age of the Primes. All right. It's not the only one, though. These usually come 2 per wave, and it looks like Brawn is going to be the Wavemate. So that's the 3rd iteration of the Brawn mold before we have even gotten Outback, which is a little annoying. But there you go. Again, more toy accurate, so the detailing is a lot more simple. You've got, a little bit, obviously an alternate head. Just the usual stuff you would expect on this. So yeah, more for you collectors out there. Now, we don't have pictures of packaging or alt mode. This is literally a leak photo. This is, so I presume when they announce the Seaspray, we'll get the Brawn announced as well. So look forward to that if you're a Brawn collector. Okay, people are getting their hands on the 13, not the 13th, but they're getting their hands on the Onyx Prime. I read the box too quick. So we've seen this guy being shown off by Hasbro plenty of times. Now it's getting into fans' hands, meaning we get to see some interesting photos. And It's still looking fantastic. It's nice to see that it's just as tall as the Fallen. Not as bulky, but as tall. And we know there's a lot of engineering going on with this guy because, yeah, six-legged dragon mode, which does look cool. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. Okay, nice sculpted detail. You see veins sculpted in. That's kind of creepy considering he's still got a lot of mechanical details. Oh, angled tilts on the hoofs. Nice, nice. There's some hollowing to some parts here. Like, yeah, there's some hollow looking parts, like to the beast legs. I know some people are not going to be happy about, but that's just kind of how they have to budget the toys these days. He looks good. Like, looks really good. I'll be honest, I'm not totally sold on the brown colors. Like, it definitely gives him that ancient look, but it's one of those toys where I feel like this could sing if this was repainted. Like, this could absolutely be doing some amazing things if you threw some fresh colors on here. Looks good, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. And I'm looking forward to it because it is a toy that does a lot. It's cool enough he turns into like some like six-legged dragon thing, but also centaur mode. Because that's never been a thing. We've had four-legged Transformers, but that's usually because their designs just wouldn't stand up otherwise. I'm looking at Revenge of the Fallen Rampage's toy. This, yeah, I love when they do weird things like this. I'm absolutely in on this. This one popped up out of nowhere. From listings, we knew Cosmos was getting an Earthspark Deluxe, but we hadn't seen it, and given the very thin existence of this character, of this toy line at retail, yeah, I was very skeptical that we would actually get this figure, but here we go. Cosmos is getting his Deluxe. Now, he is an interesting one. So like, okay. UFO mode looks as just okay. It looks like any of his other UFO modes. Not gonna lie there, but look at him. He's a big beefy boy. Like, the front of the belly comes off to become a shell. You can put that back on to become show accurate, but without it, he kind of looks like a sentient tumble dryer. I have no idea what he is holding in his right hand. Like, I thought that was a microphone or a mechanical ice cream cone. Doesn't seem to have a function in his vehicle mode. So literally have no idea what that's there for. I don't know. Is this another Cosmos curse thing? Because like he's coming in when the line is essentially dead and everyone's abandoned it and there's no show coming out after this. It's like, do we just want to call it like it is? Do we just want to call this like another line Cosmos is killed? Or is that unfair? I mean, it's unfair in general, but you know. Really, Cosmos, with his 2 appearances in the cartoon, gets a deluxe toy, but not Elita 1. See how it is. See how it is. But he's looking good. Big, chunky boy, tiny little head. This is going to look terrible as a deluxe, but hey, can some like third party, fourth party, which is a term that disgusts me, can someone out there just make a big version? Like, upscale them. That's all I need. That's all I need. All right, time to look at some San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. Now, this is going to be the Void Rivals Jetfire pack with Darak and Solila. And, yep, here we go. Solila here, looking good. You can tell they are designed off of a G.I. Joe base figure, so you know it's a very well-articulated figure. Okay. I will admit, I still have not read Void Rivals. It's just one of those things where like, yeah, I need to find the time somewhere. And then the time goes into things like keeping this channel alive day to day. But yeah, cool that they're honoring this like moment from the comic books. Cause you know, like this is like the kickoff of the Energon universe, which has been a big deal. You know, Skybound has been doing fantastic with it. The book has been tremendously successful. I think issue 1 has had like a dozen reprints or somewhere around there. It's like a crazy amount of reprints for an issue 1. It's super cool. Super cool. And yeah, the Jetfire does look really, really nice. Now, granted, It's mostly just the same Jetfire you got before. It's just a lot cleaner deco-wise now because he doesn't have the Autobot symbol in this version. So you can see, you notice it is blank. I assume the Decepticon symbol switching is blank as well. Weirdly enough, it's like toy accurate coloring if you didn't have the that blanked out Autobot symbol. But no, cool chance for people to get get that toy again. If you didn't have the chance by now to get a hold of that Jetfire, you got one more shot here. And yeah, for you fans of Void Rivals, cool that they're actually getting toy representation. I really like that. I really like that if you want to get the Transformer out of there, you can still leave these two sealed on a card. That's a really cool touch. So that stays minty fresh if you want those two to stay mint. Good call. I like that a lot. If you are in Hong Kong, you will have a very, very limited chance to get a hold of what they're calling a battle-damaged 86 Optimus Prime. Now, they did this previously with the Deluxe Prime, and all it was just really well painted and weathered, and that's what we're getting here too. This is a run of 40 figures that have been hand-painted, and you can see the immense intricate detailing they've put into the Matrix Annex. This is cool. This looks amazing. And yeah, you can see the character has just been like decoed up to the nines. You've got a full sticker there to replicate his original toy trailer stickers rather than the cartoon accurate gray one. You can see how much weathering and paint has been added to him in that vehicle mode. The windows are all done up with stickers, so they have a nice anime quality to them. It's weird to me to add in so much weathering and to give them a grittier, more like real world look to them, and then add in the anime shine windows. That's a little bit off. I like that the trailer wasn't ignored either. Like, you got a lot of extra paint details going into on there too. But yeah, it's a really, really nice figure. It's a beautiful job that they've done. These things are going to be over $600 each. There's only 40 of them, and they are hand painted. So this is why. Cyberverse has shown off some stock photography for their upcoming Starscream, who, big shock, is a retool of that Mirage, who for one weird reason or another was a jet. So yeah, it just turns into a simple little Starscream. And this is where I start drawing issue with Cyberworld because, yeah, the toys, kid, you're not that excited. You're not that excited for this toy. No one's going to be. They don't show a picture of the vehicle mode, by the way. This is as close as you get. But no, like, it feels and looks like an Authentics figure, but you're charging $10 for it. That's kind of where I take issue with what Cyberworld is doing. I don't mind it so much when you're doing weird and experimental things with some of the characters, but we're just making like a bare bones Starscream. Yeah, like, this doesn't have any real appeal to it. It's just a cheap Starscream with only 6 points of articulation. You know, it's not a big deal. You know, it's not, you know, it's not as inventive as I was hoping, you know, compared to like Megatron the Bull. But it is what it is. It's another one for the Starscream collectors out there. If you just need a simple little desktop figure that's not too complicated, no real risk of breaking, here you go. It's always a silver lining. There's always a market out there for everything. Out of nowhere, we got a brand new listing for a Classic Heroes team figure. The replacement line for Rescue Bots, which is mostly just Rescue Bot repaints and retools. But, point being, we're getting an Elita 1 in this line. The further pushing of Elita 1 as like the female of the franchise above even RC. Out of like nowhere, Elita 1 is just taking that crown for herself. I wish she would do it in a new mold because this is just a Bumblebee. This is just a Bumblebee toy retooled. Not even retooled, just straight up repainted. Look, like that is absolutely aligned universe Bumblebee's head. is disappointing, but hey, it's more Elita 1, so okay, fine. I know a lot of Elita collectors who are going to be after it. I've learned to appreciate these kind of things. Where is it? Where is it? I had a Goodwill save on another one. Yeah, I'm starting to appreciate just like simple gimmickry. So yeah, weird one, but like I think weirder the fact that like I thought this line was dead. I haven't heard of it in like over a year. I haven't heard of it since they did like the run of G1 characters. Like it's bizarre, suddenly out of nowhere. Okay, normally I don't do sightings. Normally I don't do sightings because, well, frankly, it's minor news and your mileage may vary. But we're a little bit thin this week because there's no like major news stories to talk about, so we'll run through a bunch of them really quickly. So, I believe a Target exclusive Devastation 2-pack is out, so your ground soldier and elite seeker are now out. If you're looking for more of the video game based characters, Cyberglow Megatron is out. I do not know who his Wavemates are, so I don't know if there's another shot here or more distribution for the Soundwave. There really should be. Or if this is like a solid case situation, because I know stores have been getting solid cases of Bumblebee. Now, it's a good toy, but it's really the only difference here is they added glow-in-the-dark paint to him, which is a weird call. It's a really weird call to just like throw that as like a last-minute gimmick on a dying line. But for you people out there who like your oddities, you're just like, why didn't they do that? That's such a weird thing to do. Here's a really weird thing they did. Go find it. Can you see all of the new releases in this picture? So for starters, I'm looking at the corner and there's a bunch of Terran Thrashes. There's no sound waves here. But for Earthspark, you have the brand new like deluxe Optimus Prime with his new canon trailer. The one that's a little bit more screen accurate to season 2. Or season 3. Whichever one you want, whichever one you saw that trailer in. The Perceptor multi-pack is available with the 2 cassettes, the Rat Bat and the Ram Horn. And Scorponok is out, which also reminds me that, yeah, the Cyber Changer, yeah, those are out too. So that's a lot. That is a lot. Oh, that's not enough. DevCon. DevCon has also been cited at retail. So if you missed out on it the first time, there's another run of it. It's not an old batch. You're not just finding old batches here. This is an actual rerun they did because a lot of people couldn't find it. So now you might have a chance of picking it up. Good luck to you all. Good toy, too. Wild King is up to episode 8. And as we talked about yesterday, yeah, they actually found some plot to tell us. It explains what Nemesis and Shadow Megatron are in this series. We get our first look at what I assume is the big bad. And yeah, the show's starting to get some direction, which is good to see. It's not just like pushing characters out and going, here's the next toy you need to go buy. We will see how that develops. It's going to be another 2 weeks before the next episode. But, you know, this is like a little nice little tide over, like, hey, we're actually cooking something here. So out of Blockies, we have our apparently first look at their Galaxy version Unicron Head, which was in the listings for their upcoming waves of Galaxy Edition blind boxes. We don't know if this is the standard way it looks with the translucent plastic or if this is a chase. So grain of salt, don't know exactly which version this is yet. We presume this is Blockies, and the thing is just because it's the base. For all we know, this is 3D printed and the base is just the one they had available. But no, more than likely, this is what we are going to get for that listing. It's a weird one to throw into the collection, but here we go. I want to know where the torso is, because every Blockies, even the ones that turn into beasts, use that same torso block. I want to see where it's hidden in here. YOLO Park has their own translucent exclusive going on. Limited to 1,000 units. It is a translucent Starscream. So yeah, just kind of like You can call it a crystal version, which is what Gundam does when they do translucent figures, or you can call it a Ghost Starscream, whichever one you happen to prefer. But this one, pretty solid looking. I mean, yeah, I like how it looks, despite the fact that I know clear plastic is a time bomb. So there you go. If you're on for it, if you're gonna buy it, good luck. And we are going to finish off with a little bit more concept art by Eddie Del Rio that was scrapped from Rise of the Beast. Beginning with, there's only a couple of them, but they're really cool. One of them, Black Arachnneia. This was going to be Black Arachnneia. Huge spider head making up her chest. Big spikes on her ears, on her helmet for some reason. And the cape of spider legs is a cool touch. I like when they do that. It's a pretty cool design. It's a pretty cool design. They were going to do Snapper. If you know anything about me, you know that I have always had a deep love of turtles. And the idea that we lost a modern Scrapper toy kinda hurts. Is what it is. Is what it is. Oh well, maybe someday. Maybe more turtle Transformers, please. Please. But that's what I got for you. That is the news roundup for the week. So thank you, as always, for everyone watching. I always appreciate it. And as always, I will see you next time. Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a Tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.